Hey guys, this is Jason Morris from the Facebook group Real Estate Agents That Really Work. And I want to share some tips with you today about how to follow up with people. And all this stuff is in my Follow Up Master Day Planner, and I talk about it in my group coaching. But I want to help some of you guys out that maybe aren't in there or maybe hadn't bought my Follow Up Master Day Planner yet. So guys, tips for follow-up. I really believe that the reason why a lot of us aren't doing more business is because we're not following up enough, right? Or we stop too soon, or we just don't know what to say to follow up, or we just don't, a lot of us just don't do it. That's the problem. A lot of us just don't go out and do it. So I want to give you some tips, things that'll help you today. So number one, the problem a lot of agents have is they make their follow-up system just too hard. It's too hard. It's too elaborate. They got a funky CRM they got to log into. And the problem with a lot of CRMs is a lot of us in the real estate industry, when we do a personality profile test, a DISC test, we're typically high Ds. And typically we get a CRM and we start using it, and we schedule people in it, and we schedule follow-up and all this stuff in it. And then we don't log into it for 3 or 4 days. And next thing we know, we log into it. We got like 15 alerts. We don't go through those alerts because we got stuff to do today. We don't update it. And basically what happens is, 2-3 months down the road, we've 100% quit using our CRM, right? And then on top of it, we make it too hard. We get a prospect we're on the phone with when we're prospecting, and it's a meaningful, solid, conversation. They told you all their deep, dark secrets on why they want to sell their house and everything. And we got to take their information from point A to point B to point C. And, we got a 100-step thing we got to do. And, we got to turn around backwards twice and clap. We make it so hard that we just don't do it. And here's one thing I've learned in 14 years of doing real estate is if I make my systems too hard, I'm just not going to do them. This is one of the things we talk about over and over in my group coaching is that if we make the system too hard, we're just not going to do it, right? So number two, the second thing that I see a lot of agents do is they make their follow-up just too fancy. And what I mean by this is number one, they've complicated it to the point that it doesn't make sense. Now, number two is they're using a lot of technology that our clients sometimes doesn't have. Sometimes a lot of us are working that aren't working in really tech savvy markets. What happens is we're sending video text and we're sending all these different types of ways to follow up. And sometimes our clients, maybe they're a little bit older, maybe they're not tech savvy, maybe they don't have, the latest, greatest smartphone, and what happens is that video text, they get it and they don't know what to do with it. So sometimes we're making our follow-up process just too fancy. We're trying to use the latest and greatest technology. For some reason, we've sold ourselves on we think that our clients are expecting this from us. And to be honest with you, they're not. They're not really expecting much at all. Sometimes, a regular text, a phone call. Number one's a phone call for me. Number two is a text. Number three is an email. And guys, most of the time agents don't have a written follow-up plan either. And that was one of the reasons I created my Follow-Up Master Day Planner. Number three, they stop following up too quick. And, here's the thing. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like Chet Holmes wrote the book, The Ultimate Sales Machine. And one of the things he said in it was that Chet Holmes was the sales manager for a lot of Warren Buffett's companies or Charlie Munger's companies that they purchased. One of the things he said with more luxury items, they had to make a minimum of 6 to 8 sales calls to get a sale. So he started, one of the things he done, and they thought he was brilliant because sales were going through the roof, is he designed follow-up systems that were 15 to 17 follow-ups. Most of us in the real estate business, we don't even have 3 follow-ups. We don't have our sales system designed to do 3, let alone 15 to 17. Most of us, we talk to that for sale by owner and they say, oh, we don't want to use an agent, rah, 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 rah. And then and we go, oh, okay, they don't want to use an agent, I guess. So I guess I won't call them back anymore, right? And the thing is, like, all for sale ball owners don't want to use an agent to begin with. And how can you blame them? If you listen to my for sale ball owner master series on my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, by the way. But if you listen to that, you'll get some ideas and some strategies and stuff. But the thing is, we get a good prospect. We get somebody that's motivated. You know, they've got a real reason they have to sell. And we call them 2 or 3 times. They don't set an appointment with us. They shut us down. They don't call us back. And we go, oh, I guess they just they didn't like me, or they didn't want to use me, or they said they don't want to use an agent. The thing is, Zig Ziglar had a saying that he'd say is, nobody wants to buy drill bits. What they want is they want holes, right? And real estate's the same way. Nobody really wants to hire a real estate agent. Nobody wants to pay a lot of money in commissions, but they need their house sold. And we're the easiest solution for that most of the time, Number 4, don't use a canned drip campaign. I see this too. A lot of agents feel like they're following up because they have a canned drip campaign. Like, oh, I put them on a drip. Man, I'm so ready for that to go away in the real estate world. The whole idea of, oh, I put them on a drip. The problem is most agents are using, they're using CRMs. They're really popular, and they're using the drip campaign that's directly from the CRM. And the problem is most everybody has some form of Gmail now. And for you guys who don't know, these guys at Google, they're pretty damn smart, and they're pretty smart at combating spam. And the thing is, once that email gets marked spam by, it might not be one person, it might be 10 people, it might be 100 people. I don't know what the ratio is, but once it gets marked spam a few times, next thing you know, that email is going to everybody's spam folder. And the thing is, it's not just you sending those canned emails that are in, CRMs like Top Producer or LionDesk or whatever it is, not MailChimp, but, gosh, there's so many of them out there. It's not just you sending those. It's literally hundreds of agents, thousands of agents that have subscribed to those things. So, yeah, you might not ever get sent to spam, but, what about these other, 10,000 agents using that software? The canned drip campaigns in 2018, they just don't work. Number 5, make notes. And guys, I think this is really important. I always feel like my best leads, my A leads, they don't go in a CRM. What they do is they go in a notebook. It's cheap. You can buy a notebook for $3 to $5 from Office Depot or Walmart or wherever. And when I'm talking to these prospects that are serious about selling their house, they got a real reason they're moving. They're moving up, they're moving down, they're moving sideways. They got a problem that selling that house is going to fix the problem. I make notes. And when I'm following up with them, I can remember all the stuff. Number 1, it just helps me recall the information. But number 2 is right there and pen and paper. And the thing is, sometimes we make notes, and those notes give us ideas to follow up. Because sometimes, if you get my day planner, Follow Up Master Day Planner, you understand that sometimes you got to get a little bit creative when you're following up. Because you can't call every day and go, hey, Mr. Seller, are you ready to list today? You can't really do that. So sometimes you got to get creative. You got to get, you have to get really, you have to follow up based around things that they gave you, and here's the thing. If you really listen to the conversations you're having with people, lots of times they give you a lot of information, and they give you a lot of reasons why or how or who or whatever it is. I'm moving for a job. I got to be out by the 15th, whatever it is. And if you make notes, you remember that. Now, it might not be a big deal if you're following up with one person. Once you get 10 people you're following up with, 20 people you're following up with, stuff like that, it gets confusing. You get Tom and Sarah mixed up. Tom at 123 Main Street gets mixed up with Sarah at, 123, 123, Second Avenue or whatever. But making notes will improve your follow-up for sure. So guys, I do group coaching. My group coaching, you find out more information about it at jasonmorrisgroupcoaching.com. Hey, and if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys have a great day.